Hi, I'm Bill Ritchie again, and then we're going to have the 60th in our series of videos, but I'm so behind schedule I haven't even put the press together yet. So in the first few minutes, with the magic of high-speeded up videotape, I'm going to put the press together, and then I will make the test of this press number, mini Halfwood press number 60, on its way to Arizona. So here are the parts, and I'll put it together. Then I will print. So I need to use the Allen wrench right now to tighten the set screw on the wheel. And the Allen wrench goes with the press just in case the owner has to tighten it. It has to be very tight. And finally, the bed. Now the Allen wrench go back in the box, and I can attach the press to the shipping board. And when it gets shipped, the box goes inside, tucked inside. Now it's ready to go, all except for the blankets. Before I start inking the plate, I'm just going to tighten the press down all the way down to till it touches the bed. I can also look at the roller rulers for a guide to show me how much pressure I have. So that's all the way down, and I'll back off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 half turns, and that's probably about right. I'll know when I get the plate and the paper in the press. So now it's time to ink the plate and make the first test proof. The paper I'm going to use has been soaking in this sandwich bag. There are 2 sheets of Arches cover that I ran under a tap for a second and then put in this sandwich bag. It's been sitting in there for hours. The plate is a copper plate, 22 gauge, part of an addition of 49 playing card size plates. I make a different one for every owner of the presses, and when I'm finished I'll have made an addition of 49 copper plates. And I'll make 2 prints from each one. One print goes to the owner and the other one I keep. I have a little hot plate here that helps me warm up the ink, makes it easier to wipe. I'm using a Charbonnel black ink. I have a little kind of a rubber squeegee for spreading the ink around, talcum powder for the hand wipe, which comes at the last phase of wiping the plate, a sticky pad. The sticky pad helps me control the plate, keeps it from flying around, and I use telephone book paper for part of the wiping process too, and of course some clean cotton rags. I have a spatula for working the ink up a little bit before I start. Softens the ink just a little. Put a little on the plate. Spread it around with a squeegee. Transfer it to the sticky pad. Take off the excess. You got to be sure that there's plenty of ink on the plate at first, and then you wipe it all off until only the textures and lines have the ink in them. This is called intaglio printing, and it is the main process for which I designed the Halfwood presses. You can print linoleum cuts and wood cuts and vitriographs and other combinations of printing on the presses with a little adaptation, but mainly it's an intaglio press. Now I'm warming the plate just a little bit to soften the ink. onto the sticky pad and start the wiping with the tarlatan. You see how the plate sits on the sticky pad, doesn't fly around. The smooth, shiny parts will soon appear, and you can get the picture. Then I'll use the paper wipe. The paper wipe continues the process of removing the ink off the shiny places. This is the old intaglio printing technique. People have been practicing this for probably hundreds of years. And finally, the hand wipe. My hand gets a little bit oily and sweaty, and so I put a little talcum powder out. Just baby powder. Someone told me recently that baby powder is safer than talcum powder you buy for art supplies. The purpose of the talc and the hand wipe is to maximize the contrast, to get the brightest contrast between the black ink and the white paper. If you don't use a hand wipe, you'll have a kind of a tone all over the plate, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just gives you a more moody, dark-looking image. Finally, you clean the edges, and soon I'll be printing. This will be called trial proof number 1. Onto the press bed. Check my fingers for ink. If there's any ink there, a little talcum powder will help me keep my paper and my blankets clean. My felts, my wool felt blankets will be clean. And in we go. Feels too loose. I'm going to tighten it back down. Somebody asked me, how do you know? Well, it's years of practice. You soon learn. Even after a few weeks of practice, you learn. It still feels a little bit light, but I'm going to go with it. Or maybe I'll go 2 times. Nothing wrong with it going twice. You do get a better print. It's just more work. There it is. And that completes the first half of the test of press number 60. And I'll pull a second proof. And finally, I will clean the plate and laminate it to a piece of cardstock for a collector's kind of item. I hope you found that interesting. I'm Bill Ritchie. Thanks for watching.